Welcome to ThePrint. I'm Samridhi Tiwari. Now, India records more than thousands of deaths and accidents due to potholes. This is as per the data by the Ministry of Road, Transport and Highways. Recently, in the first week of September, a woman in Bengaluru died after her scooter hit a pothole and a lorry ran over her. This was on the national highway. A few weeks ago, in August on 13th, a similar incident took place on the same national highway on the same stretch due to a pothole. This particular incident has sparked several protests across the entire Bengaluru region, where people have been calling out the civic negligence and the kind of road infrastructure there is, which is dotted by potholes. I'm currently here in Gurgaon. I'm in Sector 70, and behind me you can see several potholes. Now, these potholes dot the entire stretch, especially in the monsoon season when the entire area is inundated with water. Commuters told me that they tend to avoid taking this particular route because it's a dangerous ride. Now, to solve this particular problem, there are a few startups and a few companies that are alerting their commuters where a pothole can be spotted. They're using technology like AI to spot these particular potholes. Across India, a new generation of AI-powered startups are reshaping how we look at road safety. RoadMetrics is turning smartphone cameras into pothole detectors. Pune-based RoadBounce uses sensors to measure road roughness and sends alerts to civic bodies. Nayan Technologies has developed dashcams to record and flag real-time road defects. And latest in this sector, Ather Energy will now collect pothole data through its electric scooters. Potholes are the final frontier for a technology that the world is trying to grapple with.
So this is our product, flagship product, Nayan Cam you can say. So it's a dual channel camera which is placed something like this in a vehicle. So it faced towards the driver's side from this angle, and this camera is facing to the road side. So on the internal part, like internal camera, we are doing a fleet monitoring and driver monitoring, like kind of any type of alert which a issue is facing, like a transport agency is facing while the driver is traveling, and whatever the alerts they want to see what driver is actually doing while driving the vehicles. So if he is feeling sleepy or drowsy or yawning or doing any kind of illegal activity like smoking or like eating while driving, or not properly following the compliances in terms of wearing the seat belt, wearing the uniform. So this camera is all about just having a live stream of that and recorded video and alert of these you can say issues.
Fixing potholes is a task cut out for the government. They endanger life every day. But with AI, these companies are turning the road damage to data and data into action.
In 2023, which is the most recent data that is available, over 170,000 people lost their lives to road crashes, and close to 500,000 people were left seriously injured or disabled for life. Now, in many of these cases, we understand when we study the crashes closely that there is a human factor involved, there's a vehicular factor involved, and there's an infrastructure factor involved. So there are these three factors at play in almost every crash. When it comes to the infrastructure factors, we see that a large number of engineering issues, large number of deficiencies, such as how do you manage potholes, how do you manage other sorts of undulations on the road, are what lead to both crashes and enhancement of injury in those crashes. Now, AI has a significant role to play, not just in detecting these issues, but also the speed at which they are detected.
Now, across India, a new wave of startups is turning to AI to tackle this age-old road problem. Companies like RoadMetrics and RoadBounce are using smartphone sensors and AI algorithms to measure how rough or smooth a ride is. They're creating a detailed map of road quality. And others, like Nayan Technologies, are building AI-powered dashcam and crowdsourcing real-time data on potholes, accidents, and even traffic violations. Recently, mobility player Ather Energy was also experimenting with embedding pothole detection directly into their EV, their electric scooter. All of this data doesn't just stop at detection. It is being shared with municipalities and highway authorities with the hope of speeding up road repair and making infrastructure spending more efficient. For these companies, the idea is simple. If we can predict a traffic jam with AI, why not a pothole?
So, main point is that agencies need to build in-house capability. Most of our public agencies do not have the technical in-house capability that they need. So the example I was giving, like the public works departments, right? They have a lot of engineers, but most of the time is spent on what I call contract management, right? They are not really doing any technical assessments. They're following Bureau of Indian Standard codes, they're following IRC codes, some of which may be outdated, and they do not have the confidence to modify those, right? So biggest thing, rather than investing a lot of money in buying high-tech equipment, right, which will again require consultants to install, consultants will handle the data from that, why not build up in-house capabilities, right? Build up the manpower that you have, train them, hire much more technically savvy people in a sense, and that applies whether we are talking of uh, a state level PWD or we are talking of municipal corporation in a city.
India's road sector is at a turning point. AI is no longer just a tech buzzword, it's becoming the lever for national development. And you can already see it. Delhi is using AI to keep its roads at what it calls European standards. Even the Transport Ministry has cleared a safety project in Uttar Pradesh. And the NHAI, or the National Highways Authority of India, has even set up its own AI cell. Now, last year in December, the government promised machine guided highways, roads that cut down on wastage and build a digital data bank for the future. But here's the catch. Experts warn that without clear data rules and a workforce trained to handle this technology, these pilots will just remain pilots, not transformation. Behind every pothole is a bigger story: neglected roads, strained budgets, and silent risk. For decades, pothole deaths have remained unnoticed, and only after an incident is reported, there is temporary uproar. But these AI startups are now trying to bring about a change. For ThePrint, I am Samriddhi Tiwari.